I would like to reflect on my past meeting with my teachers that I met with. We went over some data reports that they can use in the classroom, and we also went over a small professional development in the classroom of how to get better answers out of students. So like if they answered a question wrong, like how can I word it to tell the student, hey, that's not exactly right, let's ask in a different way, so that way their brain's thinking and we're not just saying, no, that's not the right answer. So a few things that I noticed that I want to reflect on is technology. In my classroom, I have technology issues all the time, and I feel like it's this classroom. I've had the technology person come in, I've had other people look at it, and they can't figure it out. So I'm just stuck with technology problems every single time I try to do something, and it's very frustrating. And I think it's kind of frustrating for the teachers. It's a learning curve for me, but I feel like it's a little frustrating for the teachers because we're sitting waiting for the technology to come up, or it messes up, or it glitches out, and they're sitting there, like a student, just kind of bored, waiting for it to come. And I don't blame them, but I also feel like I have no control over it. I have tried, so I don't really know what to do to fix that, besides move classrooms, and I can't do that. So I'm learning with how to fix that. And something also, I ended up asking another mentor teacher that was in the room with us to come and click on my screen so that way I could be at the other screen. We have these new BenQ technology boards, and they're supposed to be screen touch. And for some reason, my computer doesn't connect to the BenQ board. It does sometimes, and then sometimes it randomly stops. And I've had technology people to come look at it, but I can't figure it out. So I'm still in that process. Something that I wish I would have, as I look back over the video and I was watching myself and watching the teachers, I wish from the get-go I would have asked them a question. I wish I would have asked them, how do y'all respond to students when a student gets a question wrong? I would have loved to have heard what they had to say and how they deal with it. I think that would have led on to some great conversation within each other, and then we could have went into the lesson part of it. I feel like it was a missed opportunity because now I don't know, but I know from the end of it, they really appreciated the type of questioning and what we went over, because it was it just showed a lot of growth. There's one teacher specifically that has been going through a lot of professional growth, and it was cool to see her. It was almost like a student. You could see the light up in her eyes. She understood it. She kind of got it. She even gave a great example. And for me to see that, I was like, oh wow, I'm helping a teacher. It was really nice. And so that was really good. Something that I feel like I was strong on within the meeting was I was real with them and let them know that as a teacher, I struggle with going back to that student. If that student got the question wrong, going back to that student and making them repeat the right answer, holding them accountable to that. And I think they were kind of shocked by that I'd done, here I am, I'm needing help. Everyone needs help. And that's kind of how I approached it. Like, everyone needs improvement. We just got to figure out what the improvement is and get better, and go to resources or go to other people or your mentor teachers and stuff like that, so you can receive the help that you need, so you can become the better teacher that you need to become. Something else that at the end of the video, I had a friend helping me take the video, and she clicked off of it before the video was supposed to end, and so then we had to take another video. Anyways, so at the data side of the video, the teachers loved the report. We have this system on DMAC, which I'm going to be going with them over, but we also have this system called Star Renaissance, and the reports that it shows from that, it groups your students together. I feel like this is something that would have benefited from a summer professional development. We really could have broke it down and figured out how to use these reports, but we can, going forward now, this next summer, do that. But with these new teachers, they could have been doing this all along. And it's just one of those things that didn't know that they didn't know, or their team didn't share with them. And so as I was going over it, they're like, oh my gosh, it creates it for you. And I'm like, yes, that's what I've been trying to say. You need to use this, which I emailed them at the beginning of the year, but it's one of those things, until you actually see it and start doing it, you don't know about it. And so I pushed them to start using that report. It groups your students together, and it tells you exactly what you need to teach them. And I told them, I think something that I was very strong at is keeping up with who I taught and what TEKS I taught them. And so that's something I shared with them that they didn't realize that they needed to be doing, was keeping up with it. They knew they were needing to be meeting in small groups, but as far as keeping up with, or how to keep up with it, and I told them it could be, it's simple. You can write a date next to it. You can mark through it. You can put smiley faces. Somehow you know that you've met with that student and how well that student performed on that. That way you can keep track of how they're doing from day to day, and you don't get these surprises on Friday's test when they bomb it and you don't know why. So it just led into a really great conversation that they've been wanting to ask but don't know who to ask. It was really great for all of us to come together. They're all new teachers and they didn't know how to do it, and so it's kind of like we pieced it together and figured it out. So all in all, I think it was really good. I need to work on my technology and learning how to deal with that in between time when technology is not working. But I think it was all good, and my teachers afterwards, they emailed me and was replying back how thankful they were for the reports, and teaching them how to use it because they needed it. So I think it was really good.